Silver Bullet Mines, the news today. Silver Bullet Mines trades as SBMI, Toronto Venture Exchange, SBMCF, OTCQB in the States. As they're in the news with the discovery of some palladium and gold. They're at the Buckeye Mine in Arizona. Here, run the details. I've got the VP of Capital Markets, Peter Clausi. All right, Peter, appreciate the time here. I know you had me on alert for this one. Been waiting on this news. Came back certainly better than you thought. So a lot to run through here. Why don't you start with the highlights here for investors?
Hey, Rob, nice to see you again. Sorry, I'm still adjusting my stuff. My phone started ringing at 8:01. It hasn't stopped yet. So I'm turning it off so I don't bother you. We're mining for silver down in Arizona. We're pouring doré bars, and the doré bars came out ugly. And the technical team thought it was because there was an element in the vein that required a higher smelting temperature. So people suspected platinum palladium. We ran the samples at a third-party lab to make sure. We came back with a god-awful amount of palladium and a whole lot of rhodium and a surprising amount of gold in our silver vein.
Wow. So what's this tell you then? Obviously, you're excited over there. So I guess break this down, paint the bigger picture for us.
Okay. We made a production decision when silver was at $16 an ounce. So that tells you what our internal economics are. On top of that, we can add gold at $16.50 an ounce, palladium at $2,200 an ounce, and rhodium at $14,000 an ounce on top of silver. So the economics have gone from good to spectacular. We're still working on exactly what it means for us.
Okay, knowing what you know now, obviously a lot of information to accrue here. So I guess lay out next steps here.
The engineers and the metallurgists are doing their part to figure out how's the best way to process this economically. We're in discussions with a few parties to purchase the materials. It was easy to find purchasers for silver because everybody wanted it. Now we have to make sure we sell to people who can process the rhodium and the palladium out of the concentrates. So we're in discussions with some of those people already. And we just keep making progress moving forward, both in Arizona and don't forget Idaho, where the contract miner is heading in a week or so, starting to pull ore. It's just a busy, busy time.
Yeah, that was my next question. Talk to me about Idaho here. Obviously, you just laid out a little news.
So Idaho is the Washington mine, a past producer. As you and I have talked about before, we made a decision not to commit physical resources there. So we've hired a contract miner to go in, safety the mine, and pull from the $120,000 of mineralized ore that we know is there. It's going to take a bulk sample of, call it 2,000 tons. Take it to a mill down the road, process it, and then we get a check at the end of the day. It's roughly a 60-day process. Historically, that blocked out section of ore ran between 39 and 90 ounces of silver per ton, which is astonishing when you consider that Bonanza silver is $30 ounces a ton. And the bottom of our grade started above Bonanza. So for easy math, Rob, let's you and I do 40 ounces of silver per ton. Take 2,000 tons, that's 80,000 ounces of silver. Okay, do some math for trucking, do some math for custom toll milling, and then we get a check at the end of the day. So it's a very busy, happy time for us.
Yeah, I can imagine here. Maybe a little better market here, and that does certainly help things, but you can't control that. So I guess let's go ahead and wrap this up here with an underlying message here. Now you went to the Buckeye looking for something, you found a lot more here. How's this set you up moving forward here?
Well, our revenue models internal have to be updated to account for the rhodium, $14,000 an ounce, and the gold and the palladium. Like I said, we made a production decision when silver was at $16 an ounce. So this is like whipping cream on top of the cherry on top of the ice cream. So our CFO is losing his mind trying to update all of his projections for the board to digest. And the field team has been fantastic.
Okay, certainly a lot to pay attention to. We'll keep our eye on the wire for Morgan. That's Peter Clausi. He is the VP of Capital Markets for Silver Bullet Mines Corp, SBMI, Toronto Venture Exchange, SBMCF, OTCQB in the States. Again, Peter, appreciate the time. Certainly look forward to checking back in when you figure out what you've got here.
Thanks for your time, man. Have a good day.